In 2025, we put the capital together to fund the restart of operations, and part of that capital formation was bringing in Samsung to be our off-taker. So San Diego is the third largest undeveloped silver-rich resource in Mexico. Just on that asset alone, our company had a 100 million market cap.
Welcome to the Market Frontlines. I'm Lyndsay Malchuk. Silver has become one of the most closely watched sectors in mining again, and companies sitting on past producing assets are finding themselves under a microscope from investors looking for more than just potential. They want momentum, they want operational progress, and they want to know which companies are actually positioned to capitalize on a stronger silver market. And that brings us to Silverstone Mining. This is a company that's advancing silver projects in Mexico, including the fully permitted La Parrilla Silver Mine Complex and the San Diego project, one of the largest underdeveloped silver assets in the country. And joining me today is Greg McKenzie, Director, President, and CEO of Silverstone Mining. Greg, it's so great to have you here. Welcome to the show.
Well, good afternoon, Lindsay, and thank you so much for the invitation. I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. Now, Greg, for investors just getting introduced to Silverstone, your story, why don't you give us just the high-level picture of the company today and where you believe your projects fit within the current silver market environment?
Well, Silverstone is well positioned in the silver market to be bringing back online the La Parrilla asset that First Majestic previously owned, and it operated fantastically under First Majestic. They produced 34 million ounces of silver equivalent from 2006 to 2019, and now we're putting it back into operations this quarter, actually. So we have that happening, and then there are opportunities for growth at La Parrilla, and then we also have our San Diego asset that we're looking forward to becoming more active on as we go forward.
Now, I know that one of the biggest conversations around the company right now is, one of the projects that you just mentioned. It's the planned restart at La Parrilla. Now, walk us through the near-term operational strategy there, the timeline investors should be watching closely, and what success really looks like in that profile.
Just stepping back a bit, in 2025, we put the capital together to fund the restart of operations, and part of that capital formation was bringing in Samsung to be our off-taker. And so we were very successful in getting Samsung to participate with us, and so they are now one of our stakeholders. And so this quarter, the plan is to complete the rehabilitation of the mine, complete the rehabilitation of the plant itself, and to get them up and going. And so that's being successful. We've onboarded over 400 people in the last 8 months, and the team led by ArturoZamudio in Mexico is performing well, and we expect that throughout 26 we'll ramp up and hit our run rates of we're targeting 3 million ounces of silver equivalent production per year.
I mean, how exciting is this news? And that's just right out of the gate. So I can only imagine what's coming down the pipeline for you. Now, while La Parrilla is getting a lot of attention right now, your San Diego project, I want to flip over there, also stands out as a very significant asset within the portfolio. When you look at the long-term potential of San Diego, Greg, what do you believe makes the project so important?
So San Diego is the third largest undeveloped silver-rich resource in Mexico. And the prior management team had made a discovery from the drilling that they did through to 2012. They put out a 43-101 in 2013. And then when we came in as a new management team in 2020, we picked up on the work that they had done, and we drilled and were very successful. The market really loved the drilling that we did, and just on that asset alone, our company had a 100 million market cap, and that's when silver was at $26. Now silver's 3 times the price. We have La Parrilla going into operations, and we're getting zero value for San Diego today. So with silver at a much higher price and a really large endowment of silver mineralization at San Diego, it's a fantastic upside for this company because we'll have operational cash flow from La Parrilla, and then we'll be able to advance San Diego.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, that's so great to hear. I know, Greg, also that mining projects are never always just rainbows and butterflies. We all know that. So, what have been some of the key challenges in advancing projects at both stages of development that you have had to navigate through?
So some of the key things, very, very true, Lyndsay. Some of the key things were onboarding so many people in such a short period of time. That was very important. Putting the capital together last year was very important. And then it's just been very busy rehabbing the plant and the mine. And so typically these activities are done over several years, and we've done this in the space of 1 year. So, there's still, ramping up to do as we go into operations. And so far we've been successful. I'm sure there'll be bumps in the road, but ultimately what we're looking at here is an asset that in our targeted base case, we're looking for about 3 million ounces of silver equivalent production per year, and that's a really robust a mine for a company like ours.
Well, Greg, I mean, this is such a fascinating project that you have. Both of them actually sound really, really great. We also know that mining projects are about far more than just what's in the ground. So, why don't you talk us through operating in Mexico, the relationships you've built within the local communities surrounding your projects, and how your background, along with the strength of your team, positions Silverstorm for the next phase of growth?
Thank you, Lyndsay, for that question. First Majestic had done a very good job in the community, and we look to continue that good reputation by maintaining good and strong relationships with the ejidos, and we've managed to do that in constant communication with the local community. One of the things that is important is that over 85% of our people that are working in the company are from the local community where the mine is. And so like we view ourselves as part of the community, and look to maintain and continue highest standards and good community relations as we go forward, so that the people who live near the mine are the ones that are benefiting also from the mine.
Is it a mining community there, or are you having to teach them about the mining industry?
Absolutely. Durango State, they've been mining in Durango State for 500 years. There's over 23 operating mines in Durango State. And this mine operated for 13 years under First Majestic. So the people in the community are well trained. They're very knowledgeable about mining. They have mining culture in that state. So like basically anything you want or you need to operate a mine is locally available, and professional services as well. So it's a really good place to operate, and we're very happy to be there.
So even though you have a strong project and you're in a really great jurisdiction, your management team is the one that's actually ultimately going to make or break it. So tell us about your team. Tell us a little bit about them.
So the key person in Mexico is ArturoZamudio. He is a mining engineer, over 36 years of experience. He previously worked for Pan American at the La Colorado mine, so he was a general manager there. So we're quite happy to have him running the Mexican operations for us. And there's several other key members of the team that the list is too long to name everybody here. But we're quite happy with the professionals that have joined us, and they're executing well.
Greg, I know that you have a lot of activity going on, and there's some recent activity actually. So why don't we flip over there and tell us a little bit about what's happening?
So one of the exciting things that we are doing right now is a drill program. Yes, we're focused on restart of operations at La Parrilla, but we're also drilling La Parrilla. We have drill rigs going on the ground, and we're doing some surface work as well. We put out some news over the last few weeks about our drill results, and we think they're quite spectacular. There's a new area, for example, that we've put some holes into. So we'll see how that turns out. Very high grade results. So take a look at a couple of our news releases. And today we added another 9,000 meters of drilling. So very excited about what the geology team is doing, and they're adding a lot of value. You won't see that value today, but it's going to extend the resource base, and ultimately that's what you need for a longer lived mine.
So great to hear. Well, I know that we've run out of time. I'm very intrigued to learn more about the company and the restart and all of that. Congratulations. I really appreciate the conversation today. So definitely come back and we'll dive in deeper.
Looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Lyndsay.
Absolutely. Again, that was Greg McKenzie, Director, President, and CEO of Silver Storm Mining. They are trading on the venture under SVRS, on the OTCQB under SVRSF, and of course, over on the Frankfurt under SVR. I'm Lyndsay Malchuk, and this is the Market Frontlines, where stories are tested, strategies are challenged, and execution is what ultimately earns the market's attention. We'll see you next time.